So how this works with some of these newbie accounts is once you pick your faction and whatnot, you do a little bit of the basic training, flight, coordination, nav points, waypoints, that kind of stuff. Then they're going to send you out to an academy like I have been sent, State War Academy. And from there, you kind of get into your career. So this is a complete sandbox game, as I mentioned before. So you can be an engineer, you can be a pilot, you can be a legitimate soldier, you could be a legitimate businessman, a crafter, sell your goods, you could be a salvager and sell other people's goods, you could be a ninja salvager, you could be, well, there's, you name it, you can do it. You can deal in pretty much anything you want. However you want to make money, go ahead and make money. And so what they do, to give you a pretty good idea of what you think you might like to do, they will give you 10 different people to speak to at the academy that you go to. One will be engineering, one will be exploring, one will be military, etc., crafting. And each one of these 10 people have 10 missions, and you got to complete them all to graduate. So it kind of gives you a good roundabout experience in all the different ways to make money. And then from there, you get into the game and start picking, what it is you want to do. So these are the military missions that I'm running right now. Uh, they're not too bad. I've always found them a little bit. They're not really my thing. They're a little bit boring, actually, in my opinion. So, uh, but a lot of people they love it. Let's see how many targets I can lock here in one queue. Salvager runs are pretty good. There's a lot of stuff going on. You can make a lot of money quickly. You're not going to make a killer amount of money running missions. You can make money running missions, and I think the guys with the bigger ships are getting into some bigger things, or pirating. They can make some pretty good coin, or ISK, I guess, is in this game. So you constantly see me keeping these guys at range 500 meters. So that's, you can orbit them at any range you like. As you can see, if I was to go keep at range all the way up to 30 kilometers if I want. But the guns I'm operating with have an optimal range of about 600 meters. So I keep these guys in range at about 500, and then they can just plug away. Most of this game is automated. A lot of the flight is automated. What really needs to happen is you're sitting in the cockpit, just picking waypoints, navigating, selecting your armaments, and loading and unloading weapons, etc., etc. And you don't physically have to do the flying. You can. Okay, so that's probably it. It looks like for this mission. Oh, I got a cargo container here. You can see. So I'm gonna select that. I'm gonna approach. Pirate left some goods behind. The guy who hired me wants me to pick it up. So I'm gonna go get that stuff right now. So right click, open cargo. There it is, secret documents. I'm going to drag them from there into my E.V.E, which is my ship. There you go, they're in my cargo hold. I know I got the goods. Now I can go back to the State War Academy here on my overview. I know that's where I want to be. I can say warp to within 0, warp to within whatever kilometers I want. I can assign a default. But I'm just going to go ahead and dock even though I'm nowhere near it, and it'll just auto warp me to it. The only time that gets to be a little bit annoying is if it basically activates an autopilot. So if it was to jump towards a system that had a jump gate in between me and my destination, and if it was, let's say, 70 or 80 kilometers away from the jump gate, then it would just use its afterburners to slowly make its way to the jump gate. But if the jump gate's a good enough distance away, you don't want to actually wait for it to slowly get there. Take it off autopilot, right click and warp to target, and just warp to the jump gate and activate it from there. Here there's no jump gate. I'm in the sector already, so it's fine, it's good to go. It's going to just auto ask for docking permission. Um, yep, and then we go. So I can go down to my mission. See, here you go. So you got exploration, business, as you can see, advanced military, industry, and regular military. So actually not 10, actually looks like about 5, I guess. Um, other academies or other, you know, space stations, they're going to have different people here, right? Some of them are going to be involved in large corporations. Some of them are going to have offices. Like I can, for example, I can click to offices here. This is a state war academy. It's a pretty newbie area, so it doesn't have an office. Let's say there was a particular sector of space where there was a lot of like where my main is. You can actually rent offices. So there are some here. You got the Atom Corporation. That's not me, but you can apply to join. You can, you know, the Brothers of the Dark Sun. So all these guys, these are user-started corporations, and who knows what they do? Maybe they are soldiers for hire, mercenaries. Maybe they're crafters. Maybe they specialize in finding really difficult to get stuff. Some people are salvagers. Um, so there's any number of things. Oh, mining. Mining's a big thing in this game. A lot of these corporations might actually be miners. So if you join them, they may require you have a specific outfit or rig for a mining ship. And they're going to send you out to probably some pretty low security sector space, and you're going to be mining asteroids or ice crystals or whatever is valuable at the time. And it's pretty cool. You got to watch for pirates. Mining's pretty fun because you get to fight, you know, guys who are trying to gank you and jump you. You get to surprise them, but you also get to do some regular gaming and making money through a legitimate business. So it's pretty cool too. I got into it a little bit, but not too much. Anyway, I want to go back to my agent and turn this mission in. So that turned in. Let's see if it gave me anything. If I look in my item hanger, that's where they're going to drop them. So propulsion jamming. So these things here, what they are is they're booklets. You'll see that icon's a book. Everything in this game is based on skills. So if I go up to my character screen here, this is me, Phoenix Rain Star Killer. And you have a training queue. And it'll tell you in your training queue what you happen to be training at the time. So I'm working on some CPU management, power grid management. All these things have different benefits. If I was to go to, well, let's have a look over here at the store. What are they selling this thing? Did they have a store over here? Well, maybe I can look at my own personal assets and ships here. Let's have a look. So ship hangar. So these are, oh, there's a Merlin. Okay, so I have another ship here. I was given a ship called a Merlin. So let's have a look at this. Show info. It's uninsured. Gives you all the attributes, requirements. Okay, so right here. So in order to fly this Merlin, I need to have Caldari Frigate level 1 skills trained. Okay. Also, it looks like I need Spaceship Command level 1 as well to use it. So if I'm going to my queue here, as I'm queuing these different things based on what I want to be involved in, whether it's certain weapons I want to use or certain ammunition, certain ships, maybe having an office, having certain skills so that I can accept missions from some of these guys, especially as you get more advanced, then you need to train the right skills. So it takes a little bit of reading in this game. This is not a pew pew kind of game where you jump in. If you just want to jump in and blow things up, this is not for you. If you really want to run a very involving, almost lifelike space simulator, this is for you. It takes time. It can eat up hours for sure, but it is a lot of fun. So this Merlin looks like it's a little bit of a better ship. Right now it's just a package. I'm going to go ahead and assemble it. Now it's an actual ship. I can rename these ships if I want. I'm going to actually get some insurance here. So it shows you different insurance plans, right? and what they pay out. So your basic insurance, 24,000 ISK, it's going to pay me out 242,000 ISK. This ship has a value of 443,000 ISK, so I don't really want to insure it for any less than that. So kind of want to get the gold plan for it at 121,000 ISK. But then I'm going to end up paying more. Let me see here. I'm just going to do the gold. There, insurance contract issued. So now if I get blown up, insurance is going to pay for my ship. If you do get blown up, you can eject. You eject in a little escape pod. Very small, very tiny little thing. If you get pod killed, then you're dead. Like you're really dead. You don't want to get pod killed. But if you get pod killed and you don't actually insure your person, and how you do that is not insuring your person, but there are clone facilities, and you can actually create for yourself a clone in these clone facilities. It costs money. That way, if you do get actually pod killed and you're actually out of the game, if you had a clone, you're fine. You can get back in. It'll actually save your skills up to a certain amount. So let's say you've got X number of hundreds of thousands of skill points, then you better buy a clone that can accommodate that many skill points. If it can't, then you're going to lose skills up to the cap that you paid for. So it's really important to keep your insurance up, keep your clones up, because there are guys in this game that will just be looking to pod kill people, especially if there's a bounty on your head. If you've done something stupid, you've really upset a corporation, they can put a bounty on your head, and every pirate in this game is going to come looking for you. So I'm going to go ahead and train this skill right now, propulsion jamming. So train skill to level 1. Yeah. Yep, training. Switch out this small shield with a civilian shield, so I'll have to, I can sell those later. Oh, I had a civilian shield already in there. Alright, well, let's put it back. I'll get back to that in a minute. So it does give you really good tutorials all the way through. Anything you missed, for example, contracts issued or skill trainings, anything you didn't actually read, comes down here in your RSS feed, and you can kind of pull those up and have a look at them. All right, let's go run this mission. I said that the last one was my last one, but this is the problem with EVE. You can also go back through your tutorial. For example, if I go over here to my journal, it tells you the things that you've done, contracts, anything you've done, it's all there. So you don't have to worry about that. And if I go to, where is it now? Tutorial, you can pull it back up, and it has a back button. So if you miss something, you can actually click back as far as you like. Restart a mission, reset if you want. So I'm going to warp to this location. Alright, I'm going to approach this Stargate. I'm suspecting there's going to be some pirates in there. That's what it said. Anyway, rarely left undefended, be prepared to go. So they do this kind of stuff to teach you how to haul tail. Because in this game, you know, especially if you're in low sec space, or pardon me, high sec space, or whatever's got the low security ratings, man oh man, you can get jumped real quick, and you've not got the armor or the teeth to stick around with some of these guys. So you gotta get to stepping quick. So they do this in training missions a lot. They actually cover quite a bit. I'm really impressed with the learning structure in this game for sure. Am I gonna run right into it here? No, I'm gonna go right through it. Oh, look at that. Hmm. Oh, that's it. There, taking a little damage. Healing up. I think they really just wanted us to try out our shield here and see how it slowly heals us. It says I've got this done, so I'm gonna go ahead and dock back at the mission. Pardon me. Sorry, went to windowed for a second. The full screen will come back in a minute. Done and done. I think I just got afterburners. Afterburners are awesome. When you get in sectors where you got to go from, say, an acceleration gate to a jump gate or something like that, and it's a good ways away, yeah, you can warp to it, but sometimes it's not far enough to warp to, and you've just got to fly straight up. Afterburners are awesome. You can hit those, they maximize your speed, and it's kind of like a, well, it'll half the time anyway. Yes, I did get an afterburner. Sweet. I'm gonna fit those right away. Oh, don't make me put the afterburner up here. I think it does. I'm gonna get rid of this web of fire for now. Not too many people are running. And I'm not going to be focusing on much military missions, really. I think I'm crafting my other guy. This guy, I don't think I'll mind, but or pardon me, I'm not crafting, I'm salvaging. I think this guy might really focus on crafting. You can join the military too. You can actually join the army, join the forces, get involved in factional warfare, enlist, and they send you out. That's a bit dangerous. I would recommend extreme insurance and clones if you're going to be joining, uh, enlisting. I don't enlist. Man, this game is sweet. I'm going to try and get a micro warp drive after this. It's like the afterburner, but a little bit better. It uses more of your capacitor though, mind you. So I think these slots down here I can use for boosting capacitor, but I don't have anything yet for them. I'll show you what it's like if you're watching just to be in a capsule. So see if I can see, leave ship. There you go. So I'll show you. That is your capsule. So that is what is sitting inside each one of the ships you're flying around in, if you're still watching. So if you get destroyed or you eject, that's what you're going to be in. Just like a little egg. And believe me, those are a one-shot. So if you're in one of those, just get to the nearest station you can as fast as you can. Look on your overview heads-up display. Find a friendly station, dock. Sometimes you can even find empty ships people have accidentally ejected or whatever, or they just had an extra ship and it was garbage. They just let it drift. Go ahead and take them. But I'm going to get back in here. Where's my ship hangar? There we go. Let's have a look at this Merlin. Where's the make active ship? Make active. There we go. There we go. And the Merlin. Cool looking ship. A little different than the E.V.E. Actually, I'm going to try that out for a little bit. So I'm going to strip the fitting on the E.V.E. Move all my gear. No, that's not the one I want. Strip fitting. Yes. Everything should go back to the item hanger. It does. Bring up my fitting on my Merlin and start. Oh, look at this. I can get more guns. So that's awesome. I do have a third. Looks like I'm going to have to go and get that stuff off of the other ship. Yeah, take them from here and put them in here. There we go. And another shield. There we go. Load this electron gun. Those are rig slots. I don't have any rigs. Rigs are cool. Rigs you can craft. A lot of people are desperately after the mats required to craft rigs, which salvagers consistently find. Now, if you're a legitimate salvager, you're going to give them to your business, and the owner of the corporation is going to deal with all that stuff. Or you can ninja salvage, which is just following mission guys around, jumping in and stealing their salvage. You make business that way too. People don't like ninja salvagers, but ninja salvagers do make shiploads of money. So, there you go. So by default, I just read this, by default all of your ships do have a 40% insurance coverage of their production costs, but that's not a whole lot of money. If you feel like you're going on a dangerous area, you're going to want to upgrade that insurance contract to a higher coverage value. So you can also go to the insurance page at any time, have a look at the ship insurance. I'm currently in the Merlin. It's insured from this date to this date at a gold level, and the name of which that's important, the name, because you might have alts, right, of who insured the ship. So if I'm in the ship, it's insured, it's fine. Okay, one more. So I'm gonna take this mission. He's giving me a different kind of shield. Civilian kinetic. That's gonna be great. That's gonna defend against the kind of weapons that they're typically gonna use against the Charistas. So let's take this one out and throw in this kinetic. Against kinetic weapons, basically. Let's head out. Alright. Ships will also, their warp drive will engage at different speeds. A lot of the mining ships, the wrong game. Warp drive is exceedingly fast, and some of the mining ships are slow. A lot of the attack fighters and soldiers, they're really quick. This guy says he just wants to meet me. This is, the pirate we've been dishing out damage to. Thinking he doesn't want to meet me, I'm thinking he wants to shoot me. I'm gonna take him out. Is that it? Seriously? I think that's it. Oh, it's a sad mission. Yeah. So, there you go. Basic rundown of Eve. Really cool sandbox game. If you guys are interested, hit me up if you have any questions. I can answer at least what I can answer. Intermediate knowledge of the game. I have only been playing about a year, but a total of a year, but that was 2 years ago, so I was off for a year. So I'm learning again myself. Anyway, I'm going to sign out for now. So this has been great. If any of this gets edited, we might stick it on YouTube. Come check us out at twitch.tv/serenityguild.com. Streaming Heroes of the Storm, League of Legends, SWTOR, and now Eve. And I do believe you can check out our schedule. I think Talford streams a few other games as well. So thanks for watching.